Let's be brutally honest. Food has become your legal drug. You don't buy chips and ice cream. You buy 10 minutes where you don't have to feel anything. Bad day at work? You don't deal with it, you dose. Lonely at night? You don't talk about it, you dose. Shame after looking in the mirror? You punish yourself. With the exact same drug that's breaking you. Your dealer isn't in a dark alley. It's your kitchen, your food delivery apps, the special offer aisle in the supermarket. You call it comfort food, but how comforting is it really when you're licking the wrapper and already promising yourself this was the last time? For the 50th time. You're not out of control because you're weak. You're out of control because your brain has learned a simple rule. Feel something you don't like, eat, escape. And every time you repeat that loop, you train your brain a little deeper that food is the answer to stress, loneliness, shame, boredom, emptiness. This video is not another diet. It's not never eat this again or 1,200 calories and suffer. This is a 7-day emotional eating reset. 7 days to stop using food as your drug and start using your emotions as information instead of something you have to kill. If that hits a nerve, stay, because day 1 starts now. Day 1. Expose the pattern. Today, you don't change anything. You don't try to be good. You just watch yourself like a scientist. Every time you feel the urge to eat when you are not clearly physically hungry, you write down 3 things. What time is it? What do you want to eat? And what are you feeling right now? Not fine. Real words. Stressed, lonely, rejected, bored, anxious, empty, angry, numb. Use the Notes app on your phone, a piece of paper, whatever. If you emotionally eat 3 times, you have 3 entries. If it's 10 times, you have 10 entries. No judgment. No, I'm disgusting. Just data. By the end of day 1, you'll start to notice things like, it always happens at night. It always happens after I scroll social media. It always happens when I'm alone. It always happens after I talk to that one person. Today, you're proving to yourself that emotional eating isn't random. It's a pattern. And anything you can see clearly, you can start to change. Right now, the urge to eat and the act of eating are almost the same moment. Feel, fridge, feel, delivery app. No space in between. Today, we create space. New rule. Before any emotional bite, you wait 5 minutes, not 50. 5. You still have full permission to eat after the 5 minutes. This is not about restriction. This is about breaking the reflex. When the urge hits, you tell yourself, okay, I can eat, but first, 5 minutes. Set a timer. Then you pay attention to your body. Where do I feel this? Is my chest tight? Is my throat heavy? Is my stomach in a knot? Are my shoulders tense? Is my jaw clenched? You're doing something you almost never do. You feel the feeling instead of instantly sedating it. When the timer rings, you choose. You can still eat. Or you can decide, you know what? I'll wait a bit longer. Or I'll try something else first. Either way, you just did something powerful. You proved that you can feel an urge and not obey it instantly. That tiny pause is your first rep of freedom. If food is your only coping mechanism, taking it away is cruel. You don't need another rule that just says don't. You need other exits. Today, you build your instead of eating list. Take your notes from day 1 and look at your top 3 emotions. Maybe it's stress, maybe it's loneliness, maybe it's shame. For each emotion, you write 3 possible actions that give you relief without food. For stress, it might be 10 deep breaths with your eyes closed, a cold shower or splashing cold water on your face, a 5 to 10 minute walk outside, or putting on one song and moving your body until it ends. For loneliness, it might be sending a real voice note to a friend instead of pretending you're okay, journaling honestly for one page about what you're feeling, or going to sit in a cafe or a park instead of staying alone in your room. For shame, it might be writing what happened, writing what you would say to a friend if they had done the same thing, and then reading that out loud to yourself. Now, when the 5-minute timer from day 2 is running, you actually have options. Eat, or try one of your instead of eating actions first. If you do the action and still want to eat, you can. You're not failing. You're teaching your brain that there are other buttons it can press to get relief. This is not about being perfect. It's about giving your nervous system more than one way out. Willpower is the weakest tool you have, and most people rely only on that. Meanwhile, your environment is screaming, binge, binge, binge. Ultra-processed snacks are designed to be eaten mindlessly and in excess. You're not meant to stop at just one. You are literally fighting science in a plastic wrapper. So today, you make emotional eating inconvenient. You don't have to become a monk, but your worst binge foods should not be within arm's reach. Get them off your desk, out of your bedroom, away from your direct line of sight. If you can, don't buy your number one trigger food for these 7 days. Make it harder to act on impulse than to pause. At the same time, stock up on food that actually nourishes you, protein sources, fruits, vegetables, simple meals you can heat up quickly. Strong is not keeping ice cream in the freezer to prove you can resist it. Strong is setting up your space so your future self doesn't have to fight a war in every room. A brain that is exhausted, underfed, and dehydrated will always scream for quick, sugary, fatty relief. Today, your reset has 3 non-negotiables. Sleep. Aim for real 7 to 8 hours if your life allows it. When you're sleep deprived, your hunger and fullness signals get messed up and cravings feel 10 times louder. Protein. In your first meal, make sure there is a real protein source. Eggs, yogurt, chicken, tofu, beans, whatever works in your context. Protein slows digestion, stabilizes your blood sugar, and helps you feel full longer. Water. Drink a glass of water before your meals, and at least once when a craving hits. This is not about aesthetics. It's about not letting your brain be so tired and underfueled that emotional eating feels like the only thing you're capable of. When the basics are broken, tiny emotions feel like a crisis. When the basics are handled, the same emotions become something you can actually handle. Here's the ugliest part of emotional eating. It's almost never just feel bad, eat, move on. It's feel bad, eat, hate yourself, feel worse, eat again. Guilt and shame don't stop the behavior, they feed it. So today, we smash that loop. Every time you mess up and binge or emotionally eat, you do 2 things. First, you log it, just like in day 1. What time was it? What did you eat and what were you feeling? Second, you say out loud, even if it feels stupid or cheesy, I'm not broken. I'm learning a new skill. One binge does not erase my progress. Because that's the truth. You don't get out of this pattern by bullying yourself harder. Shame makes you hide. Hiding keeps you stuck. If all of this feels way too big to handle alone, talk to someone you trust or talk to a professional. Needing help doesn't make you weak. Staying trapped because of pride, that's what keeps you suffering. For 6 days, you've been collecting data, making pauses, building new exits, fixing your basics, and interrupting shame. Today is not about another rule. It's about who you're choosing to be. Grab a pen and write this sentence at the top of a page. Up until now, I've used food to. From now on, I'm learning to. Then finish it, honestly. Up until now, I've used food to avoid being alone with my thoughts. From now on, I'm learning to sit with discomfort for 5 minutes instead of running from it. Up until now, I've used food to punish my body. From now on, I'm learning to treat my body like an ally, not an enemy. Next, choose one rule you're going to keep for the next 30 days. Just one. Maybe it's the 5-minute pause. Maybe it's logging your emotions. Maybe it's your instead of eating list. Maybe it's the environment changes. Maybe it's the sleep, protein, water basics, not all of them. One of them. Because this is not a 7-day miracle. This is the first week of a different relationship with yourself. Emotional eating isn't just about weight. It's about the fact that every time you numb out with food, you also numb your life. You don't process the breakup. You don't face the job you hate. You don't set boundaries with people who drain you. You just keep stuffing everything down and calling it a treat. Your brain learned feeling bad equals eat over years. In these 7 days, you started teaching it a new equation. Feeling bad equals pause, feel, choose. If you're still here, you are not just someone who overeats. You are someone who is actually willing to understand themselves instead of just bullying their own body. If emotional eating has been controlling you for years and you're ready to go deeper into the psychology behind it, watch my other video on emotional eating next. It's on the screen. And remember, you don't have to earn your right to take care of yourself. You just decide that today is the day you stop eating every feeling that hurts.